Hi, this is Kim Pinckney and welcome to my channel. Alrighty, so today I wanted to create just random characters that I might use in my webcomic, Futurious, which is a Shadowrun / cyberpunk inspired type of place. And I had just finished uploading the speed draw to yesterday's video, and I'm going to go ahead and just create some characters. Now, I was watching a video from Brooks Eggleston on how to create better bodies, so I'm going to see if I can follow one of his tutorials where he creates a line at the bottom and everybody's going to stand on that. We have heads at different heights, and we have he starts off with two little dots connected to some other dots, and that's kind of like the hips and stuff like that. So I'm going to do these at different positions. It's kind of like I want to do something like this. And then he has the spine. Right now you don't worry about too much of what's going on with the rest of the body. So I'm just gonna see if I can do these at different angles. Let's see, maybe I'll have that, and just kind of do these at different angles. So we've got straight up and down, we'll just kind of offset them a bit, and usually this is where the joints are, you would think. At least that's what I'm assuming. They're very short videos, like 7 minutes long, some of them. Let me see, I'm trying to think, how should I do this one? We'll do it at a different angle here. We'll have it like that, and we'll bring these a little bit closer together, draw those lines. Okay, so from here you kind of flesh out the body. Everybody's kind of at a different height and stuff, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them just a little. Do I want to make them smaller or bigger? I think I want to make the heads a little smaller. Okay, it's not usually how I would draw, but I'm always willing to try something new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this up a little higher. So now I'm thinking proportions. So for this character here, I think I'll do all my roughs on one layer, and then I'll clean them up on the next layer. Let's see, so I'm assuming from here, you just kind of flesh it out. You got your torso, you got your hips, and this seems to work really well with just so that my characters don't look stiff. I think that would be kind of cool. So I'm going to move the head over a little bit here. So I'm kind of keeping that S curve going on. So my S curve will be like this on this character. And then just kind of flesh it out. You got your pelvis. He does it with the little cutouts here, and then you just kind of make some cylinders. You just kind of lead it down. Now, another video that I had watched says that you should kind of, instead of having the shoes facing, or the feet facing like straight on, kind of bend them outwards a bit. Let me just erase this. And this also is a way to keep from having that syndrome where everybody looks the same, kind of like a Winx cartoon, or Sailor Moon. Everybody's got the same height, virtually the same face. The only thing different is kind of the eyes and the hair, basically. Okay. Now I think I have the weight on this leg here. I'm going to go ahead and move this leg a little bit by grabbing it, and let's see, and then just kind of using the distort here and just kind of slide it so it's even more underneath the character. And then I'm going to do something similar to the other leg. Oops. And I'm just going to grab that and bring that closer too. I can either do it like that. I just want it to kind of feel like it's not a big support, but it is being supported. But it is kicking the hip out because of the angle. And I can get a little bit more extreme. I'm going to use distort again and just kind of give it more hip. And I think for giggles, I think I'll turn the hip out this way so I keep my S shape coming. And I hadn't gotten as far as the arms yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to bring that out more. And because this is straight, maybe I want to get bent, or get bent here and keep this straight, maybe hold something. Because I don't have a theme yet for all these people. They could be some more snobs, which is like my equivalent of Mr. Johnson in Shadowrun, which is the person that hires runners. And then I can always lengthen the arms and the legs to get the proportions right. So I'm just erasing some straight lines. Now I think what I want to do is to fix the proportions. If you want to make your legs look longer, you can shorten the crotch, or you can actually lengthen the legs. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. Let's see. And there we go. So she's a little bit more in proportion. And then go back to freeform and come back down a little bit so she's back to her height. Or him. I haven't decided yet. Looks more feminine. Okay, so that'd be kind of cool to have all these be women. Okay, so on the next one, I'm going to play with different aspects, like lengthening different parts of the body. Like for her, we'll say that she's kind of like vanilla and normal. So maybe she could be human. In this world, you also have orcs, and let's make it an orc woman. Now the snobs are characters who are like the boss's kid, somebody who's in the corporate world, and maybe they're bringing their kid to work to teach them the ropes. So another way that I do legs is like just kind of making the shape here. Give yourself a crotch because everybody's got one most of the time. And the leg that is dominant and is supporting everything is up and holding all the weight. And I'm going to make this character probably a little smaller so I can fit them in the lineup here. And I don't want to interrupt the other sides. I only have 11 layers to play with, so, and then I can also play with the head here to keep that S shape going. Let's see. And I want to give these guys like a lot of confidence. Like compared to everybody else, they're like the most confident folks in the room. You know, because, you know, money sometimes does that to you. Everybody wants their favor. Or at least that's what they think. Now, the boss's kids, I'm, you know, as much as people think that they don't have problems, you know, or like the common people, they don't know the problems that a boss's kid would go through. You know, all you have to do is just sit around and be cute and stuff like that is what other people may think. But they are supposed to keep the legacy alive, or they're fighting against, you know, what their parents want type of thing. You know, who knows what people rebel over from time to time. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make her a little bit more muscular than other people. And with an orc, I want to say they should have more of a boxier frame because they're bigger compared to everybody else. But their standard of beauty will be different as well. So like one of their things may be they all orcs have tusks. So tusks that are decorated could be a sign of beauty, or if they want to keep with like different other standards, they could like saw them down so that you know, just to show status. You know, it's not a cheap. Everything that you do to your body is definitely not cheap. So we're just keeping that S shape so she doesn't look as stiff. So when you think of an orc, you don't think of beauty per se. You think of someone who is, you know, kind of big and gnarly looking. I'll give her abs. So she could be an athlete of sorts. Let's see. For this one here, I think I want to make this one here in the center into a dwarf. Not a dwarf in per se like a human, but dwarves are top-heavy people, short legs, but they got really strong arms. So they come up about, I think they'd be even shorter here. They come up about halfway on a human, so about like right there. So I'm going to change the proportions of here. So we'll have like normal size head, maybe a little less than that, and playing with the proportions. Let's see. And I'm using the distort, so I'm going to give her more of a triangular shape. Shorter torso. So like the torso and the legs will be the same height. Let's see. We'll warp it a little bit too. There we go. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the torso. Let's see. I'm thinking I'm going to have her looking straight at us and kind of... Oh, here we go. She's a snob too. So maybe her parents own a diamond mine or something like that. Something that has rare, rare something or others, rare elements or something like that. And that's how she's famous. And we'll go ahead and put our hands on our hips, our imagination. And because she's got her hand on her hips, let's go ahead and thrust that hip outwards. And we'll go ahead and grab it here. And I'm going to use distort and just kind of toss it out a little bit. And there we go. So that it's straighter here and then crunched a little bit here. We'll give her pelvis here. So once you understand proportions, if you can get it down to this level here, see this leg is going to be the support leg. So let's go ahead and toss that underneath her. You can draw your people relatively easy. Just go ahead and have that leg be bent, and maybe, let's see, we'll have it like this. We'll bring this leg in a little bit further. Because it's off, it's only supporting a little bit. Let's see. We'll have this leg kick out. And she'll have, we'll give her wider shoulders. Yeah, and so I also wanted the characters to be like when they hit puberty, they found out, first they start out as normal kids, but once they hit puberty, they start to develop into one of the metahuman races. We'll bring this one out a little bit more. Bring this one back. And then I can distort it even further. Oops, the music stopped. Alright. And so just to kind of keep the cartoony bit going, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to distort it a little bit. Now, women are more attractive in comics when you have like a distortion between the shoulders and the hips. Kind of like how they're a little offset here and here. It gives it more of a feminine look. So let's see, how do I want to make her ultra feminine? I'm going to go ahead and grab her a little bit. But I want her to be more boxy and more square. Let's see, so I was going to select. And I'll warp it just a little bit. And I think I'll tilt this part of her too. Oops. Just because I cannot stand when things are too stiff. Okay, she needs to have the strong shoulders. And that's just a dwarven trait. Now, one of the other things I want to do is I don't want dwarves to look like just small humans, like these metahumans. I want to give them more of a trait, like elves. They hate being called human. So even though a lot of people try to look like them. In this because I don't know, maybe they just had a good publicist. Let's see. So I want to play with proportions and just different things so that, you know, a dwarf isn't just a human. There's more to it. Like maybe they have an extra heart or something, I don't know, or it's shaped a little differently. Something that's more tangible than elves have pointed ears and look good. You know, maybe they're a lot more angular, a lot more, just a lot of something else than a human. They have the features, but they're definitely not human. Like maybe maybe the dwarves here have less what is it called? Less not spines. What do you call those things? Ribs. You know, things like that. Or an orc might have extra, which will kind of give them a different shape as well. Okay, so this one here, not sure exactly what race this character will be. Let's see. I think. Oh, okay. So we got human. Okay, so let's make this one into an elf. Like, let's see. And we'll have this one looking down on somebody, because that's what they do. And she'll be like kind of like a, what's it called? Like a supermodel type. So she's gonna have like crazy skinny legs, very delicate looking, very fragile looking. let's see, but if she's going to look down on somebody, we'll have her like kind of looking her nose down on somebody, kind of like this, a little high and mighty. Now, for the big Brooks Eggleston tutorial, I really like that the shoulders, you know, playing with the shoulders and the hips definitely gives a different look, especially if you're doing just a standing pose. Let's see, gotta figure out what to do with this arm. There's a different potential with this. And this is only just facing forward. I can do from behind too. Let's see what it would look like if I was drawing her from behind. So this would be her back. Let's see, and her ear is about like maybe right here. This is the spine. The spine is doing this. This would be the butt. And I have to decide which leg is going to be forward, which one's going to be back. Okay, that looks elephant manish. Let's just keep them forward for now. Let's bring this down some. The head kind of tilted upwards. Now this one could be like a half wing or pixie or something like that. We'll make her a little shorter. Let's see, and I want them a little smaller than the elf, or the dwarf. You know, that way the dwarf has somebody to look down on. And we'll keep her kind of roundish. Let's see, where do I want her legs to go? Just want to give her that hourglass figure. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with the bottom legs here. So we can keep our legs together. I don't like that. I want a different type of leg pose. I've already determined that this leg is going to be the one that's supporting. So this leg can kind of kick out, maybe. Trying to think natural, comfortable. Let's see, and we'll give her less curves there. We'll have her looking at her nails or something. I don't even know why I'm here. And we'll make her shoulders less wide. We'll make them even smaller. Give her a nice long neck. And I'll just bring her back this way. Let's use distort. And I think it would be kind of cool if they all had like a mixture of something else. So like maybe this is like part goblin, part you know, maybe a race of Medusan type creatures. Kind of mix it up a little bit. Let's see. I'll have her. I don't even know why I'm here. I'm just trying to offset the hips. Now, I'm playing with the idea of making these all into like little students. Giving them like schoolgirl outfits. Now you would think that some of these chicks would go to different schools, like Elite Elvish Academy, and then they would vary from there. I think more, what's it called? More tomboyish characters would stand with their legs out like this, like they're ready to fight. But these are like elite girls, taught to be effeminate in their own way. So we'll bring their legs closer together, so that they're not aggressive looking from the outset. So like this. Just trying to keep that feminine type figure or silhouette. Kind of drag their leg a little bit. There we go. And that gives them more of a feminine appeal, feminine look. Okay, so and these would be considered like prettier characters, I guess you could say. So let's see if we can make them pretty. Let's see. I think the dwarf will be the one that's like, we'll make her the one that's like the most popular or the richest. Between her and this elf here. Because the elves are, we'll say that they have their own little secret stash of like jewels and stuff like that. But I think it should be this. I think this one will be the queen bee because they do the digging. For some reason, I attribute elves with crystals and stuff. So she's going to be the head cheese, and everybody else is going to be behind her. This is her posse. Now, one thing would be kind of cool is if each one of them were like of were-dragons. Let's bring her. Oops. Come on now. Are we frozen? No? So you have like a dwarven were-dragon and elvish were-dragon, and each of them would be like their own different type of dragon. Let's see, and I'll make the elf just tall, slender, let's see, a little more delicate and slender than a human, and then like a halfling, like right here. And I think even all of these races should have like different, like a halfling slash orc. So we can call it a hork. Hork Industries. So everybody should have, I think, half of something, just to keep them interesting, keep them a little different. And then with plastic surgery and whatnot like that, or magic surgery, things like that, things that are invasive and non-invasive, or just there for magic purposes, or created through magic, rather. You know, you could make an elf look like a dwarf, or a dwarf look like an elf, you know, that take on different attributes and stuff like that. Okay, so this chick here, I'm wondering, let's see, do I want, yeah, I'll just have her hands on her hip here. And they're all going to be kind of looking down on us in their own way. Okay. All right. So I'm imagining that the outfit that they wear, let's see, and I like to model after real people. Okay, I'm going to drop the opacity a bit. Okay, I'll work on another layer. So I'm going to see if I can find some actresses that would be kind of cool with this. Oh, what time is it? Okay, shoot, I got less than an hour, so I might be able to get one or two girls going. Okay, so I'm gonna, just when I thought I was drawing. Okay, and I'm on the right layer. It's funny how I have to keep checking. Okay, so the style that I want to draw in is this right here. This is what I've drawn before in just doodling, and I'm like, you know what? I like my caricature-ish type style, so I'm gonna try to see if I can emulate this. The comic How to Draw Characters with, what was it called? It was a book. How to Draw Characters with Character. I can't remember what it was. There's shape language. So I think with this elf, I'm going to make her more square. Like this guy right here, he is more triangular. So I'm going to draw her with square features. And the person I'm going to kind of model her after is Taraji. Let's see, can I drag her into this? Let me copy this. I don't think it'll let me paste it. Let me see. There's supposed to be a way to, let me do this. Let me do it. I'll show you what I'm looking at. There she is. And then I'll bring my image up. There we go. Alright. So my queen bee is going to be Taraji here. And I'm going to do like a Disney type version of her. Disney villainish type person. Most of the Disney villains have like sharp features. I'm going to start with the eyes. And one way of doing it is give yourself the eye socket, give yourself the eye, draw your eye, and then start cutting into it with your S shapes. So why do villains have the big eyelids? This is one of the ways that you can make those big eyelids. Okay, and I love how she has those eyebrows like that. I'm going to take it up a little higher. Just like ridiculously high. So like when you think it's too high, go higher. We're going to make the nose small. And we'll just give it like maybe a few lines. So she's got like these triangular nostrils. And we'll give her like the tip of her nose here. I'll make that just a little smaller. Not by much. And then I'm going to emphasize her lips. And when you do caricatures, you pick and choose the aspect of a person that stands out the most to you. For me, it's her square jaw. And her lips. And there's some things that you can, and this little area between her nose and her mouth, it kind of reminds me almost like how a cat has that kind of feature going on with it. I'm going to do that with her. And I like how her eyes are narrow. I think that'll work really well with this. So I'm going to make her bridge here. really small. And then with Disney characters, you want to kind of keep them pointed but round. So her cheekbones, it will just come back out and round. She's going to be a fun character. I'm going to bring her neck in just a little. And we can't see her ears, so most dwarves have giant ears, and maybe that's one of the things she can't stand people talking about. You know, just try to find something that you know, as I'm drawing these characters, and start to come up with like a history. So I think if anything, she should have. You know, I like her hands too, but they don't look like boss hands. This hand right here does though, and I think I'm going to keep that. So maybe she's popping her collar up. We'll give her big hands. And I like the idea that she has a ring right here. And I'm going to make that stupid big, because she's just that badass. So she's popping her collar up a little bit. In each one of these, I'm going to give their own little school insignia type of thing. So maybe they don't go to the same school, maybe they do. Haven't decided yet. It's going to be an elite school though. And so this will be my mean girls. Of course, they'll have tailored suits. And I'm going to kind of keep her chiseled features softened, pretty much because she's still a kid, supposedly. We'll give her some eyelashes. We'll give her like 3 eyelashes, or 3 or 4 eyelashes. There we go. Make her into like an older kid. Alright, so schoolgirl outfit. If I'm gonna model it after like the Japanese schoolgirl outfits, Prep Academy. I like the pleated skirt. We'll make the skirt come down a little bit like this, so everybody's going to have their skirt just a little bit low. And they'll have, this is not like exactly what I think the outfit should look like. It might change, but it's a thought. I want to give it a little bit more thought than just, you know, this, because my taste level is very questionable. Okay, so we'll draw everybody with the Yeah, so they have, because their suits are tailored, they're a little bit more crisper than everybody else's. And I'm trying not to shy away with my hands. You want to show that you're an amateur, you're going to hide your hands. Don't hide your hands. Let's see. Everybody's going to have their jackets. No, you know what? No. We won't have all of their jackets hiked up. We'll tilt her head a little bit. I want them all kind of looking down on us. Like, yeah. Okay, let's see. I don't think I have any other women on here to model after. Let's see. I'm going to pick at random just different actresses. Yeah, I need a hair, so I think I'll borrow her hair too. We'll flare her nostrils out just a little bit more. There we go. So it's not Taraji, but it's inspired by her. Bring these in a little bit more, and we'll give her nice fluffy hair. And I think her earrings should be like huge. So each one of them should represent, you know, where their wealth is. Nice fluffy hair. Okay. But I'm still not sure what we'll give them turtlenecks. That'd be cute. And then I need to have their crest somewhere. So we'll put a little crest here or something. You know, I kind of want them to resemble, because they are dragon types. You got your jacket and then your wings, and we'll do this sort of thing. We'll give them all different type of wings depending on what kind of dragon they are. And their wings are here underneath their jacket here. So it kind of looks like a cape. And instead of her having claws, we'll give her like diamonds. And like the elf will have crystals. It will give them high socks. Alright, and then I'm trying to decide if I want to show their belly button. Kind of like, oh boy, how he has like, let me see if I can find him. Like how he has his open like this. And his head, his hair, oops, cancel. His hair is like a crown, or it's supposed to look like a crown. So he's got like his thingies kind of bobbed there. Let's see, we need the school insignia somewhere. Yeah, I think I'll put a shirt on her. I'm trying to figure out what kind. Could be a sweater. Well, we got the sweater. There's a turtleneck here. I'll have to think about it. But, you know, we've got our turtleneck on. I need to put the school insignia somewhere, though. Let's see. Let's do this. Oh, but her hand will be covering it. Okay. So we'll give her strong, stubby fingers. Whoops. We'll put the school insignia here. Once I figure out what it's going to be. It should be more of a crest than a circle. Let's try this. So like some sort of elite dragon academy. Oops. Crap. Okay, so I only have time to finish her. So let's see. I'll go ahead and grab her. Copy. Well, not even to finish, probably just to do an outline. Okay. Adobe Draw. HD paper. I'll use this one. We'll color it black. And we'll bring this down to size, about 2.5. Okay, I think that'll do it. And increase the taper. Alright, let's go ahead and paste. We'll drop the opacity a bit. Okay. you know, hold up. Fit to view. Make it a little bit bigger for us. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Oops. The longer you hold it, the thicker it'll get. There we go. Oop. A nose ring would be kind of cute on her. So maybe she is her family is wealthy because they are miners, and maybe the elf is wealthy because they're jewelers, type of thing. Maybe they'll take these diamonds and just refine them. Okay, Kim, you just got through whining that you're not going to hide your hand. Where is your hand? Kim? Okay, where am I going to put my hand? Oh, here we go. We'll have it kind of hold. So like if somebody steps on their wing, it is painful. So I could see them want to cut a bitch for doing something like that. I'm playing with the idea of giving her like heels to give her legs a little bit more shape. Maybe some platform shoes so that she doesn't look so what's the word? She doesn't look so short. Make sure I got everything here. give her like little dimples too. Alright. So yeah, all these little rich kids, they're going to be considered Johnson Juniors. Mr. Johnson is what they call a guy that hires shadow runners. So they'll be Johnson Juniors since they're kids. And they could be hiring to get like information on a rival, whatever the reasons are. There we go. It's like my pencil drawings have a lot more to them than my inking. Let's see, let's throw a few more lines here. Alright, turn this off. Not too bad, I guess, for something that's like I'm being rushed. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab that to the clipboard. Okay, I was like, and go away. Alright, and when I get ready to color, I'm going to use like some of her features, but not right now. I don't have time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so we'll bring the clipboard on in, and there's our girl. Go ahead and copy. And we need a name. We need to give her a name. Okay, so let's see. Go ahead and paste her. I'll just bring her down to size. So there we go, side by side. And I think what I'll do is I'll take these guys here, copy and paste it. I wanted to get them off of layer 2, so that should be them right there, and put them onto, I think it was layer 1. Okay, so I want to turn this one off. Kind of merge them together. Okay, and then take them off of this layer. That way I can have my little Taraji on her own. There we go. I don't know. I'm thinking I like my original sketch better than I do my... Oh, probably because I'm missing things. But that's where I am today. Got to go. And for those of you who are just joining, I'll go ahead and do a quick time-lapse replay. and kind of explain a little bit of what's going on. Alrighty, so from watching Brooks Eggleston's How to Draw Better Bodies video, I took his advice, put heads on a paper, put these little head and shoulder bones on, and I kind of altered where their placements are, their hip placements versus their shoulder placements, and I decided to give this a theme instead of just being like a bunch of random people. These will be the snobs. These are the rich girls in the Futurious world here, Futurious webcomic, and out of all of them I needed a queen bee, so I decided the one in the middle is going to be the queen bee. You know, leave it to the shortest, the smallest, whatever, but she is they're all snobs, all these rich kids. That's what they're considered, but they're also Johnson Juniors. Mr. Johnson is what they call guys who hire Shadowrunners in Shadowrun, so they're little Johnson Juniors that would hire their own Shadowrunners to keep tabs on their enemies or whatnot. So I'm trying to develop little classes of people. When they become, everybody starts off as a normal human, generally, but because of the way of the world, all of a sudden they will change into, they start developing into a dwarf or an orc or an elf. Even if their parents are human, they'll have that mutation. And until it just comes to the point where two orcs get together and they have an orc. You know, it's something magical going on in the air that changes the children. Adults stay whatever they are as adults, but as the kids are born, basically they develop these metahuman traits. I'll have like a whole history of that later on as I develop it, but that's basically what's going on. Our queen bee is right here in the center, and she is rich. She owns diamond mines. My daddy owns a diamond mine. My daddy owns a diamond mine. So I had brought her into Adobe Draw, and this is what I got so far. And you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in the next video. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And you can follow me on my journey as I develop this into a fully fledged webcomic. All right, take care. Bye-bye.